Hello there, peeps. It is Tico here, brought another video for Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, another deck profile. And for this deck profile, we are going to do Lightsworn. And first things off, since we are doing Lightsworn, first I gotta tell you who gives out all the Lightsworn cards. Izinski, I guess that's how you say her last name. She is the one that drops all the Lightsworns in the game, including Judgement Dragon. So if you want to get Lightsworn cards and you want to make this deck, or ideally you want to get almost every single card that this deck has and this supports, you mainly want to go to her. So that's where you get the Lightsworn cards. So let's go ahead to the meat of the deck, of the video. The deck, the actual deck. Alright, so first things off, we got one Aaron Lightsworn Monk. When you attack, if a monster is in defense, you can just put the monster back in the deck. And that's a pretty cool effect. At the end phase, you know you gotta send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, like in regular Lightsworn fashion. Next, we got two Garoth Lightsworn Warrior. If a Lightsworn monster, if any effect from a Lightsworn monster sends a card from your grave to the from your deck to the grave, and it's a Lightsworn monster, then you get to activate his effect, and he drops 2 more cards on the top of the deck, and then if it's a Lightsworn card from the ones he drops from his effect, then you get to draw a card. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And at the end phase, you gotta send 2 cards, I believe, to the top of your deck. Or actually, no, that's for the other effect. Yeah, it's for the effect when another Lightsworn gets his effect. Next, we got two Herald of Creation. Now, Herald of Creation is a very, very good card in my opinion for this deck. A lot of people like to use Monster Reincarnation, which I actually got one in my side deck. But pretty much the effect is very simple. You discard a card once per turn. You get to put a level 7 or higher monster from your grave back to your hand, and it will be self-explanatory because you know the deck works the way it works. Next, we got two Honest. You know, during the damage step, you can discard this card, and a light monster that you control will gain attack equal to the monster is battling. So if a light monster that's 11 battles a monster that's 1500, it will get an additional 1500 attack during that damage step and for that rest of the turn. And then the other effect is, well, if it's face up on the field during the main phase, you can just put it back in your hand if you want. So I like that card. It's semi-limited to 2, so that's why I only carry 2. We got 3 Judgement Dragons, and this is the reason why I got the 2 Herald of Creation. It's a level 8. If you got 4 Lightsworn monsters with different names in your graveyard, you can special summon it right away on the field without any other requirements. Pay 1,000 life points, destroy all other cards on the field, and during your end phase, you gotta send the top 4 cards of your deck to the graveyard. A lot of the time, since you're milling cards on the top of your deck, copies of this card get sent to the grave. And sometimes all copies will get sent to the grave, so Herald of Creation is a very good backup in that case. Next, we got 3 Lumina, Lightsworn Summoner, discard a card, and then special summon a Lightsworn monster level 4 or lower from your graveyard back to the field. And during the end phase, you send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Next, we got 3 Lilas, Lightsworn Sorceress. You can target one spell or trap, doesn't have to be set, and then put this card in defense mode. Now destroy the spell or trap, and then switch this card into defense mode. It can't change its battle position until the end phase of the next turn. So yeah, during the end phase, you know, send the top 3 cards. All right, next we got Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn. His effect is pretty cool. I like him because he's like a upbeat kind of card. You know, he creates like tempo for the deck. He creates like the speed for the deck. He's a tuner, which is very great. This card pretty much during the main phase, you know, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck. It's an actual effect. Send the top 2 cards to your deck, and then if it's any of those 2 cards, the Lightsworn, he gets an additional 200 attack points until the end phase. And then since he's a tuner, you know, you can tune. And the other effect, of course, during the end phase is send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. You got the Ryoko, Lightsworn Hunter. Gets flipped, destroys a card, then you send the top 3 cards to your deck to the grave. You got 3 Wolf, Lightsworn Beast. If it gets sent from the top of your deck to the graveyard, you can special summon it right away. So I like that. Too bad it cannot be normal summoned. So if you got it in your hand, it's kind of like a dead draw. So you might as well discard it for any other effect, like Lumina, for example, or Herald of Creation. We got 3 Necro Guard. Now, if it's in your graveyard, you can remove it from play and get an attack. 3 Plague Spreader Zombie. If it's in your graveyard, you can put a card from your hand back to the top of your deck and then special summon it from the graveyard to the field. I like doing this for Lightsworn because a lot of time I can put a Lightsworn monster that I have in my hand that's a dead draw, for example, Wolf, put it to the top of my deck, then activate, for example, the effect of Raiden, send the top 2 cards, and one of the top 2 cards inside, just put it back to the top of my deck, will be Wolf. So at the same time, I'll be able to get my Plague Spreader Zombie back, summon this, and you know, I'll use this card's effect and automatically get his 200 point attack boost. So Next up, we got Charge the Light Brigade. We got one copy because it's limited to one. Send the top 3 cards to your deck to the graveyard. Get a level 4 or lower Lightsworn monster from your deck to your hand. Foolish Burial. Send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. Very useful, of course, because we can send any Lightsworn monster we want. One Raigeki. 3 Solar Recharge. Discard a Lightsworn. Draw 2 cards. Then send the top 2 cards to your deck to the graveyard. We got 3 Breakthrough Skill. That Breakthrough Skill is pretty cool. You can target a face-up monster, and the monster will this effects will be negated for the rest of the opponent's turn. But if this card is in the graveyard during your turn, you can remove it from play. During your turn, anytime during your turn, you can remove it from play and negate one of your opponent's monster effects. So since a lot of cards are being milled to the grave all the time, very useful for this deck because this card will very often be in the graveyard. So if this you can remove it from play and there's a monster that has an effect that's annoying you, remove this card from play in your graveyard, negate the monster's effect. For the actual extra deck, there's not much to talk about. A lot of different things. Two main ones I want to talk about is ability of the Diabolic Dragons. This card can be summoned, for example, by syncing Plague Spreader Zombie to the other card I'm about to show you. A lot of the time you can do that. But pretty much ability of the Diabolic Dragons is a card that cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. And if you take damage during battle, in a battle involving this card, it gains that attack at the end of the battle step. So at the end of the damage step. So it's pretty cool. So let's see. This card is pretty cool because I got Plague Spreader Zombie. But next up, we got Michael the Arc Lightsworn. Now this card you can pay 1,000 life points and banish one card from your opponent's side of the field, or banish one card on the field. And if it gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can send as many Lightsworn monsters as you want from your deck from your graveyard to the deck, and for each one that gets put back in your deck, you get additional 300 life points. You can gain like up to 3,000 life points easily late game, so it's very good. There's various other amounts of other cards here, you know, like Celestial Wolf Lord series, Magical Android, Ancestral Sacred Wyvern, Ancient Fairy Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, Goyo Guardian, Scrap Dragon, Gaga Cowboy, Stardust Dragon, number 101 Silent Honor Arc, and number 50 Black Ship of Corn. That's a lot of cards there. Like I said, Plague Spreader Zombie is mainly used to bring out this card. So if you get a level 6 or whatever, you can just tune it with this, tune it with a Plague Spreader Zombie, bring this out, because it requires a dark tuner for that. So for the side deck, there's really not much to talk about. Archicus, you know, to Celestia, another Aaron, Garganeth, I think is the name. Minerva, 2 Swordsman of Rebellion Light, 2 Gores, Monster Reincarnation, Celestial Glorious Solution, 2 Royal Decree, and then Vanquishing Light. So just an assortment of different cards that could work for the main deck. You know. So, anyways, so now that we've gone over the full deck and what it can do, what each card does, let's go ahead and do the campaign. Let's go ahead and do, for example, a 6-cell duel. Let's go ahead and let's see, for example, this one. Let's do a reverse duel for this user deck. Let's go to Lightsworn, and I will show you what this deck is made of, what it is capable of doing. Funny thing, yesterday I was playing with my friend. We played about 6 games. The first 3 games went very well for me. I drew pretty much how the deck is supposed to draw. The next 3 duels, I drew like some of the worst hands I could have drawn with this deck. I drew a hand that had 3 Necro Gardenas. Well, shit. Speak of the devil. I had a hand that was 3 Necro Gardenas and 2 Solar Recharge. And then on my second turn, since I went first, I drew a Judgement Dragon. Like pretty much a completely dead hand, kind of like this one. But you know, if we got a hand like this, a lot of the time we can just try to stall it out a little bit until we get a Lightsworn monster that we can actually work with. So hopefully, let's see what the opponent says to do. Activate the effect, bring another card out. Attack. I'm gonna let the attacks go through, of course. I got no other choice. I'm taking the damage. He's tuning. Okay, Black Ray Lancer. But this is the one thing about Lightsworns that I do not like. They're a little bit inconsistent at times, and it just seems like it's just really bad luck, you know? And I wish there was a way to fix that, but there is not. So let's activate this card's effect. Send top 2, and then let's go ahead. Once per turn. You know what? Once per turn, nothing, bro. Once per turn, nothing. Damage step. Let's activate Honest. I want that card out of the way. There we go. Send face. 2 more cards get sent. So the cool thing about this deck is once you start milling things to the grave, it becomes like really easy to like build up the momentum of the deck. So the card comes back. It's a 2100 now. I got another Honest in my hand. Okay, I guess he's gonna activate the effect. He's gonna summon, attack. He declare battle. Let's go ahead and just negate the attack. I don't want to use up my Honest right now. I'm gonna keep it for something more important. Okay, let's see here. So we got yep, there we go. Alright, let's summon this. You know what? Why not? First, let's activate the effect. Mill 2. Then let's special summon. Which one do we want to summon? Black Rose? Black Rose? Want to nuke the field? Do I want to nuke the field? I don't know if I want to nuke the field. Yeah, let's activate it. You know what? Might as well. I got another Necro Garda in the grave, so he'll be okay. I just want to get my card advantage back. Alright, so he summons that. I guess he's gonna like try to attack me for 800, 200. That's 1,000 attack total. I'll let the damage go through. I got another Necro Garda in my grave, I believe, at the moment, so things are good. Let's check the grave. Yeah, Necro Garda. And I got 1, 2 different Lightsworns. Okay. Okay, we got this. We got this. Let's go ahead and attack. Trying to increase my graveyard real quick. Face. 3 cards. Wolf. Woof, woof. They're ready. I might actually do a second duel, depending how I didn't like the way this end went. So okay, so we got this. First things first, activate effect. Lila, destroy that. Next up, let's summon. Alright, we need a 6. These 2 go. Alrighty. Now, if only, but I'm gonna go ahead and just attack for now. Yeah, let's attack with this first. Might as well use the effect and get that card back. That's something to defend my life points for now. Let's go ahead and end face. Alrighty, and I think that's all he wrote, folks. I don't think he's got anything else that could help him. So let's just attack him directly, twice. Here we go. Now let's try that duel again. I wasn't too satisfied with that. Let's try it in reverse like this. User, Lightsworn. One more. One more. Hopefully we get something better this time. Alright. A better opening hand. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I want to show what the deck is capable of. I want to see that Tempo Royale. I'm thinking of Warframe right now for no reason. Oh, we got nothing in our hands, so we can really do anything with. So, wow, man, why am I getting these really weird hands? I guess I just had to like let it go. But yeah, yesterday I had 3 Necro Gardenas and I was like very, very disturbed over that. And I'm like, man, what are the odds that you can get 3 Necro Gardenas at once? I mean, it happens because, you know, cards like, for example, like Hydrogeddon, where you want the extra copies in the grave, sometimes you just get them in your hand and there's just nothing you can do about them, you know. But whenever you get 3 of them in your hand and you know there's really nothing you can do about it, because if you got 3 Necro Gardenas but no way to send them to the grave, it's kind of like completely dead. I mean, you can block attacks, and that's good. But other than that, can't really do much. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this off. Let's go ahead and see what he's got. Alright. My monster has 0 attack now, so he will be destroyed. Nope, will not be destroyed. I guess not. Okay. So, okay, what do we got here? What do we have here? Yeah, let's go ahead and activate this first. This might seem a little bit stupid, but I'm going to send this to the grave. And the reason why I'm doing so is so I can summon this and activate this card's effect by discarding Wolf, which brings back Raiden. Then activate the effect of Raiden. And this is stuff that, the opponent has stuff set, so if they have something to block it, a lot of the time, it would suck for me, but, what the heck. So let's go ahead and tune these two. And first things off is activate Michael's effect. Banish that card. This will let my Garoth get his attack back. And then I will end my turn. I will send the top 3 cards to the grave, and then 1, 2, 3. Garoth, 1, 2. Draw a card. Thank you. Now I got my Judgement Dragon in there, so all is good. All is good in the hood. Alright, so 1600 attack. He's going to attack my monster. Yeah, I don't care. I still got my effect, so. Let's activate the effect. Pay 1,000 life points. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just attack directly. Maybe he has something or not. I guess not. One of the cool things you can do is if you have Michael on the field, for example, you can destroy Michael with your own Lightsworn, like Judgement Dragon effect. And since Michael is sent to the grave, you get all your cards back in the graveyard to your deck. Like yesterday, when I was playing with my friend, I was able to get almost like 4,000 life points back, like 3,600 or 3,900 life points back all at once, doing that. But it's stuff you can do. But anyways, that is the deck. Let me show you guys another sneak peek at the madness, and hopefully you have better luck than me, because those last 3 duels, or these last couple duels, that opening hands is weird. Essentially, this kind of deck, like Lightsworns, don't really work if you're not really getting Lightsworns in your hand or in the graveyard quick enough. And when you get a lot of the cards that support them but don't directly send cards to the graveyard or search them or anything like that, or get Lightsworns in your hand, it really becomes somewhat of a pickle for you. So, that's something to think about with Lightsworns. They're very good, but sometimes they can be a tad bit inconsistent. And for this one, I tried to go as pure Lightsworn as I could. I tried not to mix it up with any Chaos cards or anything like that. I wanted to stick with Lightsworns only. So yeah, that's why the deck is so Lightsworn focus heavy. Doesn't have like Dark Monsters, Blackluster Soldier and Boy of the Beginning. Those a Dark Flick, Darkness Dragon or whatever it's called. All those cards are Light Pulsar Dragon. Those other cards that could work with Lightsworns are not here, because this is pure Lightsworn support. This is for pure Lightsworn. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and the deck. Make sure to leave me a comment and what you think of the build, and whether you are interested in trying Lightsworns in the future. Overlordtico signing out.